here's everything you're going to need. You're going to need a pair of scissors, some tape. I like to use this blue painter's tape because it doesn't leave sticky on your tank. A seasoned air filter, 10-gallon aquarium heater, some leaves, and I'll talk about them here in a minute, and your bettas, but we'll get into that later too. All right, the first thing you want to do is get to your tank, and the deepest you should set your tank, because it's a lot of work for your male to have to pick up the eggs and put them up in the air bubble nest they make, because the women don't do nothing. I'm telling you right now, it's a ripoff on bettas. But if you hold your hand and you put your thumb out, that's the depth of water you want to run. So if I stuck this in there, where my thumb would be is about too high. So we won't do it that high. We'll just stick it in there and go to my knuckles, which is about 4.5 inches, we'll say. Maybe closer to 5. So what we're going to want to do is help our little beta male out as much as we can, since the female beta doesn't do nothing but lay the eggs. So we'll cut him out of bubble wrap. Oh, something for him to have a bubble nest on. Or help him start his bubble nest, I guess we should say. And don't reuse this stuff. Don't have babies once and then try to reuse this bubble wrap, because what you'll find is after one set of babies, all the bubbles will have been popped. Okay, then take yourself out a little bit of this tape, this painter's tape, and pull you off a chunk. Well, I don't know, it doesn't matter. Just a chunk. And you cut it off. All right, throw that over there. Now, when you see how it's a rectangle, what you're wanting to do is set this with the long end sticking out. It gives him more room, actually. If you set it flat, he might try to build on the edge. Okay, and where you want to set this, if you're going to set your aquarium, you want to set it at the front, your bubble wrap at the front. So come up about 4.5 inches. We'll say right there. Okay? So that when you fill this up with water and it turns, that's all the further he has to swim to get the eggs up into the bubble nest. All right. Then for the heat, just a little cheap, go to Walmart special Tetra heater. It's not going to be full. Like I said, it's only going to be filled up to here. So why get a bigger heater? And you want to stick it in the back. You don't want it anywhere near where those eggs are going to be dropped. All right, so we stick it in the back. So it's stuck to the bottom, not to the side, because then water levels would change and you'd have to really twitch this thing. So you can just stick it flat to the bottom. All right, then you have an air filter. And this here is a seasoned air filter with a piece of hose on it. And the reason I use a seasoned one is for the good bacteria, but you're not going to use any air to it until you have your babies free swimming. All it's in there for is the microbacteria that's on it. Your babies can go and eat off of it. It'll absorb a little bit. I mean, it does things like that. Okay, now for the leaves. Ta-ta-da-da. You say, Roger, I want to breed my bettas, but I don't have any Indian almond leaves. I don't have an Indian almond tree. Well, you don't have to use Indian almond leaves. I breed my bettas with oak leaves or catappa. If it was a better time of the year, I'd be using my catappa tree, which is a worm tree that grows around here. But I use oak leaves. And what you do is you clean them really well. Some people boil them. I just put them in really hot water and rub them really well to get all the dirt and whatever critter might be on them out of them. And then you throw all of them, 1, 2, 3, 4, that's the rest of 4. All right, 4 in the back, and you keep 1 for putting on top of your bubble wrap. You say, now, Roger, what's next? What's next is add water. So I'll get back to you after we've added some water. All right, as you can see now, we have our water line all the way up to where we taped our make-believe bubble nest to. So you ask, what's next? Well, what's next is you need to find the mating pair that you want to breed. Which in this case, I got some koi, Nemo koi, half moon Bettas. The female here, she's a little smaller. And what you do is when you put her in, I use these little containers to hold her in. So then, when I put her in here, I tip it so I can fill it up with enough water that it will stay on the ground. There you go. And I pull her back here by the heater and put the leaves behind her so that she feels safe and everything's copacetic. All right, then I take the male and I turn him loose. Ooh, buddy. Well, usually he ain't this excited. It's probably because he's on TV. And I turn him loose. And this is what they call courting them, or the get to know phase of them mating. So what he's going to do is he's going to swim around here. See this good looking mama in this little thing here, in a little container. And he's going to say, oh heck, I need to go build her a bubble nest so I can have some kids. So that's what he'll do. And if you see right now, he's already looking at it. So what you do to make him feel safe is you take that one leaf I told you to keep out and you set it on top of the bubble wrap like this, which kind of gives him the ideal he's out in the wild, I guess. Take yourself just out of one of your other aquariums, grab yourself some greenery, throw it down in here, let it be just floaters. Normally, I've had them try it, but they normally don't. Try to build their bubble nest on some of this green stuff. They normally don't. But if they do, it's fine. A bubble nest is the ultimate goal. Okay, I leave them courting for 48 hours of them being just like this, heater plugged in, everything. And I can watch the bubble nest be built. Okay, I leave them that way for 48 hours with them separated. At the end of 48 hours, I turn her loose inside this 10-gallon aquarium for 48 hours. At the end of 48 hours, I recup her back inside of the aquarium. And I look to see if she's laid eggs, if he picked them up, put them in the bubble nest, check all that. The one thing I forgot to remind you guys is when you're breeding your betas, check your female, make sure she's plump, that she's full of eggs, and make sure that egg spot's there. Once you see those two things, she's plump and she has the egg spot, it doesn't matter how long she is. That's what tells you she's ready to breed. All right, so all you have to do is slap this up. You got 48 hours of them getting to know each other through plexiglass, and then 48 hours of them getting to be together, and then recup her, and on day 5, you will be able to see a bubble nest. So, day 5, 6, 7, I'll bring you back in 7 days from today and show you what we got. And I'm going to do another one of these with a different pair. But you'll get to see what we have and why we do it this way. If you stuck this long, you might as well subscribe and share. And if you ever thought about breeding bettas, leave a comment if you have a question about what I'm doing. It works for me. See, look, he's over here flirting with her already. What a Casanova. Anyway, leave something in the comment. I'll answer it. Anything you guys want to know about that I don't know, I know people that know it. So, I hope you liked it. Share it. If you didn't like it, guess what? I'll make a better one next time. So, stay tuned. 7 days, you'll see some babies, and they are tiny. Just so you guys got a head up on that. All right. See you later. God bless you, and catch you in the next one.